The Folk Tales of the Mountain Backdu. Hello. Today I am going to tell of the story of the Ockjangcheon springs. Drink the water of the Cheonji, then drink the Ockjangcheon water. Oh, my friend, if you go up to the Cheonji, be sure to bring a silver bottle with you and put water in it. The first two verses of this poem are quoted from the Backdu Gangsanjuryak, and the other two are written on the Baksanki. The water of the Ockjangcheon springs in the Bakwunbong Peak is clearer than the mirror and colder than the ice. The story of this water of springs brings great enlightenment to people. The Heaven King had two loving daughters. In that time, in the Heaven Palace, there was no mirror. So the two daughters had no idea what their face looked like until they grew up as maidens. At some point, the daughters started whining to their mother.
Mom, there's a mirror in the human world that I can see my face in it. Please get it for me.
The first daughter started soliciting her mother for a mirror.
Why would you look at your faces in the mirror? You're all pretty.
Mother, still, I want to see my face all by myself.
The second daughter also helped her sister and whined. Since then, the daughters began to pester their mother for getting the mirror. The mother became embarrassed. She was so worried because in the case of that she blocked her daughter's demand. They were just whining. And in the case of that she would grant the request of them. It was because she did not even know how a mirror that her daughters could see their faces in it was made of. One day, the Bakwun spirit who had been living in the mount, Backdu, visited at the Heaven Palace. At that time, the mother told Bakwun spirit about her pitiful circumstances.
My daughters asked me for a mirror that they could look at their faces in it. I heard there's a mirror like that in the human world.
Don't worry, I'll go home and make one and send you it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
After returning to the Bakwunbong Peak, the Bakwun spirit pulled out a jade stone from that peak. He made a jade mirror after grinding a jade stone as thick as a lunchbox to the thickness of his palm. Upon hearing that the mirror had come, the daughters went to their mother.
Mom, show us the mirror.
The two daughters held out their hands at the same time.
How can you, the two, look at your faces together with one mirror?
Then let the elder see it first.
The mother gave her eldest daughter a mirror. The round mirror was crafted indeed elaborately. In the front side, it was made to see the face, and in the back side, it was engraved the image of the fairies riding in the clouds. The production skill was delicate, and its appearance was vivid, so it seemed to move and live in detail.
Oh, it was made cute!
The elder sister was so impressed.
Sister, hurry up. Look at your face in it.
Yeah.
The elder sister was surprised when she was looking at herself in the mirror. She thought she was more pretty than his younger sister, but it was very different from what she thought. Her younger sister was much prettier than her. If she think of her younger sister as a fluttering flower, she herself was nothing more than a bud that it was not even come into flower.
This is for you. Now look at yourself in it. I'll put on makeup and watch myself again.
The first daughter handed over the mirror to her younger sister and left because she was with a pouty look. The younger sister accepted the mirror, but daren't look at her face in it because her elder sister left with an upset. Somehow, Her heart was palpitating. She was the one who never thought she herself was prettier than her elder sister.
I think I am as beautiful as my elder sister. No, look to be exactly same as her. Because we are sisters born in the same mother's womb.
What do you have in your mind, kid? Don't you look in the mirror.
Her mother, who was standing next to her, recommended to look herself promptly with the mirror. The younger sister plucked up her courage to look at her face in the mirror. She was astonished. She didn't even dream of that. Her face was so beautiful. A clean face like jade, a pair of eyes with a smile, moist lips and neat teeth. She smiled because she was so joy. She dimpled on her both cheeks and deep.
Ah!
She admiringly hugged the mirror. The elder sister washed her hair, brushed it again, and came to look at her face in the mirror after putting on her makeup. But she was not as pretty as her younger sister. The elder sister, who thought there was nothing she could do about it, was skeptical of her eyes. So she took the mirror by herself for 3 days and looked at her face in it again and again. No matter how she looked at her face in the mirror, it was a mirror that represented things as they were, so her face was her face. The elder sister was upset and grumbled her complaint.
The old guy made the dirty mirror.
She threw the mirror onto the Backwoonbong Peak with a sudden jerk. At this time, the Backwoon spirit who was memorizing the chant on the cliff of the Backwoonbong Peak was hit on the top of the head by a jade mirror and toppled to the ground. White blood came out of his body. The white blood flowed down to the Ockdong, in which he had been digging up the jade for 3 months, and the Backwoon spirit turned into a stone Buddha. Only a string of beads worn around his neck flew sadly in the wind. When the second daughter in the Heaven Palace heard that the Backwoon spirit turned into stone Buddha, she cried all night. The next day, she came down to the Backwoonbong Peak, set up a ritual table, and served the stone Buddha with all his heart. Then the beads hanging from the stone Buddha's neck rolled spontaneously and entered the Ockdong, where white blood was collected. It had grown so late, the sticky blood of the Ockdong turned into clear water of the springs. After the memorial service, the second daughter was thirsty. She took 3 sips of water of the Ockdong spring and even washed her face coolly. Since then, the face of the second daughter of the Heaven Palace has become more and more pretty, to the point that as Sang-ah, the fairy of the moon, envied her. However, the face of the eldest daughter, who was jealous and jealous, grew more and more hateful as she put on her makeup. Later, her face became unsightly, so even the maids were surprised. People called it the Ockjangcheon stream because the water of springs flowing down from the Ockdong springs was a change in the blood plasma of the Backwoon spirit.